Looks like I froze up a little bit, but welcome everybody. I'm Richard Weil, and I am the principal and owner of NRC Restaurant Consultants. We welcome you in again to the NRC Helpful Moment. It's our 89th video. It's our 89th version of our weekly NRC Helpful Moment. I welcome, of course, Mr. Brian Devine, the president of Top Line Management, CafeFuel. How are you, Brian, on this beautiful Friday here in first full week coming up of fall?
Oh, I'm doing well. I fortunately can see the sun now, so that's fantastic. And how are you up in Telluride?
That's great. So, what's that?
And how are things up in Telluride?
Well, it's good. I'm up about miles above Telluride, at almost 10,000 feet above sea level. It's great, and the trees and the leaves are beautiful, and we're doing great. Joining us today is Sarah Ann Knoll, and Sarah does our blogs for National Restaurant Consultants, and she's been around National Restaurant Consultants for probably a dozen years here, roughly. And
long time.
We appreciate Sarah joining us today, and thank you for being here with us, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
I think, well, I might have blipped off, but it's okay. Can you hear me okay, Sarah?
I can still hear you.
Nope.
Missing the view behind you.
Oh, you can hear me, great.
Yeah.
Oh, you see the view behind me. Well, there you go. So the camera may not be there, but I'm here. So the question that we have is, since COVID, you've got a young family, a business that you and Trevor own, and you guys are running and working with clients in all kinds of businesses. So what's going on in terms of how you all are dealing with it as far as a working family, and you're pivoting, and what you've done as far as kids in school, live, not live, and all the things that have affected your lives that you might be able to share with our viewers here today, that's been your good, bad, and ugly?
Well, I think things have definitely changed since the start of COVID, of course. And I feel a little bit like a fraud because we are uniquely positioned in that both my husband and I have always worked from home. We co-own our digital creative agency, and because of some life experiences that we've had in the years that we've been doing this, we were maybe a little more prepared than most to balance family life and work life from home. At this point, our kids are back in school in person, and another thing we're extremely thankful for is their little elementary school, which has done a tremendous job. But I think for us, the best tactic is just communication and time management. So we make sure that we kind of meet in the morning and get a list of what everybody has to get done, and then we kind of divide and conquer and order everyone's time accordingly.
Well, there's that word list, Brian. I mean, the word list applies not just to marketing, but it applies to how you get your lives accomplished here. And so what do you think are the greatest things as far as just being a consumer today? Just put your consumer hat on, Sarah, as far as dining out, takeout, delivery, et cetera. I know you all live near Evergreen, Colorado, which is just west of Denver,
yes,
in a little bit more of a rural environment. So what are you all doing as far as pivoting, as far as dine in or carry out, delivery, et cetera? What have you all done as consumers?
Yeah, well, one of the reasons that we chose Evergreen was to feel like we were out in the middle of nowhere, but to still have access to the city. We love Denver and think that the food scene is amazing, and that's something that's always been important to our family. And I think since the start of COVID, in everything, not just dining out, we've tried to take an approach of caution but calm. And so in our home, the rule is you just follow the rules. So just today, we went out to breakfast, my husband and I, because we had the kids both in school and could take advantage of that. And are happy to comply with whatever the standards are at the restaurant. And we've been using that same approach in everything. The kids are required to wear masks to school, but they see it as a privilege to go back to school. So we're trying to keep that positivity in our approach to all of it, that says, hey, we missed doing these things. We missed going to school. We missed being out. We missed going to the store. We missed grabbing brunch on a Friday because we could. And so we want to observe whatever the policies are of each establishment that we're visiting. And just feel grateful to be back out in the world.
How was your brunch this morning?
It was great. We ate at a little spot in the Highlands, which is like the northwest side of Denver, called the Universal. And we got to sit outside on the patio. And I had cornbread rancheros, which was amazing.
Well, there we go. Let's give a shout out to the Universal here today. So great
Yeah.
job to those folks in terms of how their protocols and their COVID compliance. And that's great to hear. And hopefully one of the challenges that we all know is coming up here, this beautiful Indian summer, as they call it. And I'm not sure that's a politically correct word anymore. I don't know if I insulted anyone. I don't mean to, but we're having such a good mild start to fall. Isn't going to last forever. And I'm going to flip it over to Brian. I know that we've got a lot of things going on for clients as far as how to pivot a little bit to get more dine-in space. And the governor may be allowing some more things to open up, though we know we've got a hot spot going on in the University of Colorado up in Boulder. But Brian, what are your thoughts on marketing today as well?
Yeah, thanks for all that, Sarah, and Richard. Thanks for letting us do this every week. I want to talk a little bit about something different, because you probably used to hearing me talk about video, and obviously we still recommend video and love video. However, the thing that we have started to shift back to are birthday campaigns. And everyone thinks, oh yeah, no, I know exactly what that is. This is different, and it is working so well again that we are diving in head first, because we actually stopped doing these types of campaigns during all this craziness of COVID. But we've decided to start running them again, and we turned one on literally this morning at about 6:30, 6:45, and we have 6 people signed up already. And that like, we just can't get better than that. What I want to make sure that you're hearing from me is that you can reach out to people, offer them birthday specials, and right now, if you do that through Facebook, not only is it easy to do, but it's still very inexpensive. So Facebook, we still aren't competing with quite as many advertisers. So the cost of doing those types of ads is not as expensive as it was a year ago. And as long as you are putting them on a list, then whatever it costs, it's worth it, because you get to reach out to them over and over and over again. So we are back to recommending running these birthday campaigns. They are really fun to do. And to see this kind of reaction, where just in a couple of hours we have people signing up immediately, it's really exciting to see that turning back around. So that's what I want to talk about. Richard, do you have any questions about how that campaign works?
No, I think I understand that. And what are perhaps some of the digital things that are really working well for maybe not just the restaurant space as you're doing, as far as just some creative digital you all are doing? Just a couple seconds on that.
Yeah, well, again, we always recommend some type of video, and we're still in the process, because of what's happening in the world, that if you are the one that is in front of a camera and talking about what's happening and kind of letting people see behind the curtain a little bit, that is actually helping you be seen as an authority in your marketplace. So we still recommend that. And one of the really fun things that we are doing now is we are doing automated follow-up in using machine learning to do it. So rather than having to have people that are watching all these like text messages and emails and making sure that everything is being done properly, this machine learning is actually doing it for us. And it's doing about 95% of the heavy lifting of taking someone from they have raised their hand and said they were interested in something to actually getting them to show up to take advantage of that thing, which has always been the hard part. And so we've actually taken that away from the client, where we're saying, we're not going to send you leads anymore. We're going to send you people who show up. And that has been a really exciting shift.
Thank you. And can you all hear me okay or not? Can you hear me a little bit?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can't.
Just a little
Doesn't
bit.
sound like you can hear me. Okay,
So
well, I just want to get on here, Sarah, and I also, I just want to thank Sarah, because she's done these blogs religiously, 3 blogs a month for National Restaurant Consultants for so many years. We get so many wonderful comments about her writing and her creativity that she does, because I think that's another piece. It's called creativity, which is really what it's all about, is being creative and being able to step out and differentiate yourself to break through the noise, and so other people pay attention. So Sarah, thank you.
Oh, happy to do it. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Well, I think that's it for a Friday here. Anything else, Brian or Sarah?
That's it for me. How about you, Sarah?
That'll do it.
I think
So thanks
that's it.
everybody.
Got it covered.
Take care. So long for now. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.